camp privilege that he's getting right there. You know,
he's got a little ring. He just flashes it, and he's like, I have a pass.
Oh, I forgot they got rings. Oh my god, he should wear that on every broadcast.
Maybe you can get it from him.
Maybe. I don't think I'm getting that from anybody. But
Slacks has
you
one.
can. Does he really?
They have runner-up rings. Yeah.
Okay, just run it. It's a ring pop.
Honestly, I'm really.
Yeah.
Well, Venno is amazing and wonderful and disgusting. And when we saw it get picked, I looked at Collapse's face deep in his eyes from the camera shot, and he just started laughing. And I think that says a lot about what this game is going to look like, that it's going to be very annoying for that URSA until it's not.
It is true, though, that like whenever you see URSA in a draft, Venno should be the first thing on your mind, because every single URSA player just hates playing versus Venno. It ruins everything you want to do. It's just, he makes the bog. It's a mess. It's all swampy. And this bear, he likes a nice crisp forest air. He's not into the boggy swamp stuff.
I like that. Yeah, I like the talent too that you get on Venno for the poison sting slow. You can actually like reapply that and stuff. Makes it very annoying to play into. Maposhka, Mr. Maposhka on the disruptor, getting dropped down. Incred getting first blood on your mid. That's pretty good last I checked, Trent.
Yes, it is indeed. It's a significant bonus here. He actually has bottle gold in 50 if he wants, or you buy other stats and try and bully the lane a little bit harder.
Which isn't a bad idea against Tiny with 0 armor. So Toronto Tokyo playing on that one. Mira's actually stalking around up top side. They're leaving 3 heroes here. Oh, dude, if they punish Petishar at the start, oh, this could be really bad. Yeah, Petishar is in trouble. Bringing on down the Venno.
The draft was ending, and you said it's a lyrical draft. It's either Venno or Darkseer. Venno or Darkseer. It looks good, but you actually do the same thing to Venno and Darkseer level 1, just like that, because it is so free. It's the freest kill when you leave your support like this and you come out of the trees, because they can't do anything. Darkseer only has Iron Shell. Venno's only going to have like Gale or Plague Warden or Poison Sting. I mean, really, they always have Gale. It's free. Just don't get triple Galed. Kills easy.
See, I thought you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say that this looked like my games where I give up first blood, or they immediately die when I come to lane. But I appreciate the sort of
it's just the nature of your heroes. It's not your fault.
Okay, of course. Yeah, the heroes are
playing other heroes.
Yeah, it's usually the teams, but the teammates. But now it's the heroes. I like this.
Well, sometimes the teammates are pretty good, and you have to find someone else to blame.
You know what else is pretty good, Trent? Look at these lanes and the start that Team Spirit has across the board. 6 and 6 on the Tiny against Ankrad's Puck. He is giving it to him.
This is the matchup for Tiny. This is one of the reasons why Tiny rose to prominence in terms of a core role. I'd say at the start of the patch, it felt like China was really trying to force the hero a lot of position 4 and finding good success. And then as Puck grew more and more powerful, well, actually, in truth, it was mostly because the Dawnbreakers and the Marcies started taking up a lot of the ban slots for the Puck. So Puck made it into more games, and teams started opting for this Tiny counterpick in the mid lane because you just body the first wave so hard.
Yeah, and it sort of can set that tempo for a while. And obviously, Ankrad needing to sort of... Actually, I feel like I've seen some against Tiny go for like a point in waning rift to try and like out-damage spam him. But regardless, in this case, we'll see if it ends up working for him. Trying to get into the Null Talisman after that bottle.
Top here, some damage on the Maposhka. But we'll glimpse back there. No chance of the Starbreaker. Speaking of the Starbreaker, it's a pretty good lane for Starbreaker this time. Sometimes you have like a little low cooldown stun that can sort of mess you up, but no real option here other than like, I guess you can try and stop the mobility, right? Like maybe an eventual kinetic field or just an Earth Shock from the Ursa will be there because for some reason he has mobility on that spell.
Mira getting some good damage here on the Slayer. Wanted to get up close and personal with the battery assault, but is going to end up paying the price. That isn't enough, has to salve. And Slayer, I think, still dies to this. Yes, that tree was not big enough. Oh, that hurts.
Huh. He like he saw him through the line, huh?
Yatoro
vision.
That Char gets the kill. I mean, I think that the kill though on Clock is worse, right? Because he doesn't have a TP now. He's having to smoke out to lane. on the,
This is where you
clockwork.
don't tell your team. You don't say anything, by the way. If this is you, don't ever speak a word. It's not going to help anything, okay? Because like 8 minutes from now, when they're like, oh, guys, we got to like smoke jungles. We're going to have a smoke. You just shut up, all right?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Must be bugs.
Gotta do. I mean, he got the bounty room from the salve. It's kind of expensive. Cost him a salve and a smoke. But yeah, and more importantly, they killed Yatoro, right? That's good. That's a morale boost right there.
That's what's needed. Tokyo able to sneak that water run. Oh, and then Mira's there to take the other one. Yo, Mira has been having a good series so far. Very impressive performance so far on the Sky. And of course, his tiny last game was clutch.
I'm just hoping you can't hear that piano right now. My
oh no!
belting it out up there. All right, that's good. I said make sure. Good.
I love that though. That's good.
Yeah. He's a prodigy. You know.
Does he have a favorite song? No. Well, is it not a song that's going? Okay, got it. More of a
not quite. He's more of a disruptor, if you know what I'm saying.
I like that. Bignum, ooh, might end up paying the price there a little bit. So they both die simultaneously, but Mira making the rotation, trying to bring down Petushara, but will manage to TP back home. Gets the urn completed.
Mira, yeah, seriously, he is everywhere right now. And now this time he's running with the vision too after providing a little bit of support up here. They're not going to have a great idea that this was actually warded. Mira, what's he waiting for?
Uh-oh. Down bottom? No, they can't do anything here. Collapse should be fine. Gets the timber chain through, kills the creep. I guess that this is part of the reason Mira can do all this, right? Is you're playing with the timber saw. And he's just making moves.
Yeah, I'd say that they actually watched that ward get placed too. Thanks to his previously placed wards. That one up top will get dewarded eventually on the pillar from Mind Games. So now Bignum in trouble. Only level 1 glimpse, so they do have to close the gap here if they want to get this kill. That might be Bignum's saving grace right now. But it's all 3 cores of Team Spirit top of the chart, both in last hits and net worth.
Bignum is going to be killed off here. Can they get it without the glimpse? No. So glimpse will come out. Maposhka takes some good damage. You can see Petushara is also racking up the deep, but Toronto Tokyo makes the rotation. They bring 4 top. This is how you deal with the Veno. Just bring the team.
What's crazy is that if he just had 1 urn charge, right? Like Yatoro's dead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting that ball rolling. And when you're not getting those charges, you can't get a couple kills, keep stacking up. And Ankrad, of course, now has nothing to rotate to because there's just 4 heroes top, nothing to do down bottom, so he's going to go and just like steal a bounty rune at the very least. But as Puck, you're looking for those situations, right? Like you want a TP and die for that, but he couldn't find it. He is going to run to Mira here. Panic phase shifts the second he sees him, though. And now he doesn't get anything.
That's really unfortunate. And that thing that you're talking about not getting the ball rolling, this is the timing when it needs to happen because Yatoro is about to have Enrage, and then you really can't get a kill as Veno.
No, and then if you start falling off and you're sort of like reduce the jungle a little bit out of this lane as Venomancer, then they're going to get Roche. Like, he wants to be controlling this area of the map.
He does get an urn charge there, but Petushara is going to lose his life afterwards. So, getting a quick kill afterwards. The coil dropped onto Toronto Tokyo. They brought numbers top, but this time Ankrad there to try and turn it around. Unfortunately, Bignum is still going to be killed. So, Yatoro 2, 1, and 4 on the Ursa. And Collapse has just got a free lane bottom.
Not the best. I mean, I guess Dino's into the jungle at the very least, and this farmer, you know, you got bands, treads, a wand, so the farm speed isn't too bad. But I feel like Ankrad, like, still doing really well in the CS. I mean, second overall in terms of the last hits, but he's so close to finding these kills. He just can't quite get there.
Yeah, not quite the damage. Tokyo goes on in. He gets the invis room though, so bottle refill for the Puck. Much needed.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all he's going to get. He can't even use this power room because he just needs to make his way through the charges and try and keep some semblance of safety of his towers by just spamming up these waves. Slayer also moving through some vision down bottom as he tries to wrap around on Collapse. So, yeah. This is looking a lot like game 1 for poor Bignum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one. And you can see there, gets hit with a gale and then immediately just enrages it off. So maybe there's an opportunity there that Mind Games can make a move and try and punish the enrage cooldown. We'll see.
Yeah, Ankred maybe will TP after refilling. Probably your best bet. You know, Slayer's getting levels down bottom. That's nice. He might get 6 before Tome because of this. That'll really help out Bignum because Bignum is not even level 5 yet.
Slayer has to dodge here, though. It's a little scary. And Collapse looking, trying to hunt and find him in there, but he headed up to the north. So heads up play by the clock to not get found over there. And Toronto Tokyo hunting Dino. They find him. Slayer makes the move and a nice little catch. He walked through that ward, a very good bait from the Medusa, and that sets up for an easy pickoff.
It's pretty painful, just losing your mid like for free like that. Do they get anything up top in the meantime? They sort of move in towards the triangle, but Petachar is level 6 at this point, so very hard to contest in the tree line. Bignum lets them know, hey, they're up in our triangle right now, but there's no stacks to take, so it's not a major loss. But it is really tempting to go fight if you're Ankred, because again, you're Puck. Like, this is your bread and butter. You want these heroes invading. But he doesn't quite have the damage with him. He doesn't have like a high DPS support to try and get kills with Coil right now.
No. Slayer's the best bet at that, and that's not great either.
No, that's rough.
Might be dead. Ankred makes the move. Battery assault. Trying to trade over. They have enough to get anything here. Maposhka going to be isolated, and it looks like he will die. Hook shot through, but still is going to be brought down on Slayer.
Okay, but that was so sick though, because like I thought Flab was for sure going to use the chakram into the cogs, and that's why he's doing that, right? To try and live, but Flab's too good. He was like so fast to react to that. I just instantly chase him down. And in the meanwhile,
Fair man. So first stage is 10 minutes. Get that timer going to get that shard pretty soon afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. You want it as early as you can. Hopefully something that your opponents don't take advantage of when you're playing Ursa here. But again, Toronto, this time he brought back up. Same spot, same tree he's going to wrap around. Much more successful.
Yeah, well played. They just drop everything there, mid-6 flare to boot to make sure they get that kill on the puck. So a 3k gold lead this time for Team Spirit. Granted, it's not as bad as last game, considering that they, you know, are at least not running an Alchemist with this type of a deficit. But still pretty rough.
Great vision though. Maposhka found the one on the river. If he checks this high ground as well as this kinetic, which he does, more wards, 2 bombs down. That's hard to why Toronto was so confident doing this up top. They're gonna get the Aegis.
A chance.
They're gonna get the Aegis for sure.
Oh, yeah. Do they get to deny?
There it goes.
They don't even need to.
He's not even gonna lose it.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. That's a very painful one. Well, clock goes down again. In the mid lane, can they get Maposhka? It does not look like it. And in fact, with Static Storm, they maybe could have turned there onto the Medusa, but don't feel like they need to.
We're in a very interesting game state right now, though, because like Toronto just wants to do this thing where he just runs in and trying to find this Medusa, go for kills with this Skywrath Mage. Ankred, instead of trying to play with his team and go for like coil setup kills, he's spending a lot of time on the lanes as well, trying to keep his own farm up. Like, he's not getting it from kills, and he kind of knows that's not going to happen. I think, again, because he sort of lacks good coordination with his Dream Coil this game. He doesn't have, you know, like a Finger of Death or something like that they can just like initiate, kill, move on to the next target. So he's more concerned with getting his own damage to the Witchblade and just sort of delaying things for his Medusa, which is totally viable. But the question is, how strong will your combined team be at that second row, which is, as you mentioned, probably going to be a big part of the Avalanche side of it.
Dawnbreaker ulti trying to stay alive. This is actually pretty good. Toronto Tokyo, though, gets away barely, and Yatoro lives through a collapse, runs through, finds both. Ankred dies. it was looking good for a moment, but in the end, Team Spirit come out on top. What a freaking fabulous ulti from Maposhka.
Yeah, truly. I mean, things do look good, and that's how you have to play it when you're going against this Domber. You gotta drop everything, and you can't ask for anything more when you're disrupted than that. Like, no items at this point in the game to help you out. You just gotta be in the right position at the right time, and he certainly was. He does drop an obs in the range of that sentry, though, so. Yeah, that's a good punish. Oh, poor Medusa.
Maposhka with one of those my circle's bigger moments in terms of the ulti. And then taking away all of the farm, and Dino can farm up the, well, let's look at the stack there on the Pine Cone, the Pine Raiders. Meanwhile, back towards mid, Aincrad just getting pushed out, but Slayer wanted to make a little bit of a counterplay. Mira in some trouble. Slayer still taking through that invis Mystic Flare, and Bignum also ends up going down to Yatoro. The Diffuser Blade making its presence felt now.
Not expecting the bear, it would seem, at that point. Another minute and a half on this Aegis if they want to try and use that to take down this mid-tier 1 tower. Could be a pretty solid goal for Team Spirit at the moment. Trontokia has his blink. He's hunting. He has found himself a target. Not quite enough damage on Aincrad, though.
Whoa. Tried to do some fancy illusion play there. Not going to happen. And Tokyo gets out after the TP in from Slayer. No hook shot available for him. They're just going so free right now. All right, so now Coil's gonna be down as they just tried to kill that time. Well, actually, it was more of a saving Coil, I suppose. But either way, like, you're hoping for a smoke play. They're gonna do it anyway, so they want to make use of the Solar Guardian. That's the plan right now, right? Initiate Solar Guardian, Puck's damage. Here we go. But again, the ulti coming in from Disruptor won't be enough to save him this time. Yatoro still willing to run in and fight. If they're not careful, the Glimpse pulls him back in, and Slayer gets eaten up by the bear. Still holding on to that Diffuser Blade. Aincrad jumps out and gets
only
away.
10 seconds. Any timers?
Another Glimpse? Nah.
Would have been pretty tempting, you know? Like, they had so much vision in the area, but that's going to be dewarded now.
I don't know. Collapse is also showing mids. Yeah, there was a possibility they could have gone for it.
They're going to keep waiting for their Medusa. The Snake Lady herself still hitting creeps. 0-1-1. Rather successfully, I would say, considering the state of this game. I think Dino's done a pretty good job finding farm.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, the game plan for him doesn't really change that much. Toss back to Veno. He gets the ulti off, but don't know if that's going to be enough. Tokyo isolated away from the rest of the squad. Mystic Flare down. Good chunk of damage. Collapse comes through for the finish, and they will bring down Tokyo, but it comes at another cost. And now Dino, I mean, he's got to be careful too. This is a Diffusal Ursa. They can rage back up again in a moment. They decide they don't want to take that fight, and Team Spirit back out. So 3 for 1, 9-19.
I wish Petachara had more surrounding plague wards there, not just all directly under the tower. Like, at least maybe you have a chance of catching that Tiny. I think he was smoked anyway, but like, you know, maybe the smoke pops a little bit early before the blink and everything. You have a chance to stop that from happening. It feels like it's very little cost to send a couple plague wards on the side within the last 40 seconds, and you're dedicated to trying to hold the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. Yeah, they got there, and it wasn't quite in time. The setup ends up getting punished, and they lose the mid. Petachara trying to get in towards Sanj into the eventual halberd, but you just look at the items that are starting to get built up on everybody else. You got Blinkers, you know, Tokyo's, his farm is kind of stalled out a bit, but you know, you're more than made up for by the Timbersaw now too, who's almost got a Yule Scepter on top of Sanj and Kaya.
That is actually crazy. The Collapse is close to hopping right over Yatoro right now. Yeah, he actually does. He's now on top. But there's the stalled up farm on Tokyo.
Now, and the Dawnbreaker ulti coming in. Combos right on top of Collapse. Although, I don't know if Bignum actually wants to be here anymore. They keep going for more. Can they bring him down? Glimpse pulls him back in. Silence afterwards. Starbreaker, nope.
Oh, that feels bad. My god. That was like going for the dunk and just getting stuffed. You got poster eyes right there.
The Kembe Matumbo. I'll collapse that.
Yatoro. Oh no. Poor man will drop him fast.
Gets turned, the enrage, the chase, one more punch, and a monster kill streak. There's a reason the bears eat up the snakes. This is a spooky one, man.
That stuff.
I think they have 4 stats.
Yeah, true. That early Roche could be coming up now any second. 35 seconds. Oh, I'm so close.
Whoa. Nicely done. 38. Wow.
Pointing. One of these days.
You'll get it.
My odds, they're pretty good, you know. You cast enough games at some point.
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually. Exactly. Now, mind games are already set up in this area. They know that you give up the second Roche, the game just becomes untenable at that point. So they are trying to do everything they can to build into defending this area.
All right, so winning the second Roche fight. If they could hookshot the Disruptor, that would be huge. Just force a bad Miposhka ulti, because he's been clutching out these fights. I think that's a pretty solid goal for them at the moment.
Okay.
The other problem is that Ankrat is so close to Blink. Like, his hero, he has so much empty net worth right now. And empty value on this hero because of the huge jump up that you're going to get with this Blink Dagger. So it's frustrating that you're needing to fight right now.
And they did just see that Roche respawned, so mind games with this smoke, they know that they need to take this fight and win it. And Team Spirit not aware that Roche is up yet. Although, will they?
Центральную башню сил света
Like you said,
атакуют.
they're really close to so many of these timings. You would love to get an opportunity here. Smoke. Team Spirit. Head up to the high ground. Petushara, they jump right at the start from collapse. Now the smoke breaks. Needs to get out of there with a jump in. Toronto Tokyo blows up Ankrad. Venom ulti hits onto one. I don't know if it gets worse than that. That is a rough one.
That's one of those situations where you're just like, yeah, it's fine. We'll sit here, and then when the smoke pops, we'll have a ward. So like the smoke pops, and you have a ward, and it's like, now what do we do? You know, Ankrat obviously got jumped on way too fast. They come to the story attempt there from the Veno, but you know, Petushara still gonna go down. Yatoro getting really low versus this Roche. He's a little scarier than the other guy.
Yeah, Slayer eventually going to go down. So Team Spirit still fighting while it's taking 2 to finish off the Roche, and they are going to get him. And meanwhile, Dino, silence, pops the Mantis, slowed by the Chakram, and they're going to go for more. Flip still pulls him right on back in, and well, pops ulti finally. Turn, Ankrad, the heal coming through along with the damage. Do they have enough though? Jumps forward, chasing, trying to kill off Miposhka. Gets another. Okay, and Collapse now also maybe a bit too far forward. Got the turn. There's a bear. Wants to battle. Gale pops in rage afterwards. Has double rounds of it with the Earth Shock. Slowed, burning, little bit by bit. Can they burn through this Aegis? They do get it with the flare. Maybe Mind Games have something here. With only 2 left, there's an opportunity. Avalanche trying to get one out of there. Can they chase any more pushback on the Collapse? They're going to bring down this Timbersaw, most likely, unless he just kills them all, maybe. Mystic flared out almost enough. They do kill the Timber. Clockwork also starting to drop. Slayer. He gets the 6 charges off. Just barely in time. Not bad, not bad. Dude, the power of Venodusa. You run into him, it's dangerous.
What even happened? Team Spirit just continued to push during the roaching, and then they just sort of continued that fight for some kind of odd reason. A little ambitious. And yeah, so they lose that Aegis. I mean, they did manage to, of course, get the shard on Yatoro, and that's great. And he doesn't die a second time thanks to the Blink Avalanche there from Toronto Tokyo. But to then lose Collapse, like, we know he's a big deal. A lot of gold. That was Medusa who got it too. 726 gold for her. She put a lot of damage in that fight too.
Yeah, I mean, she's, I think, gonna buy the talisman here. Maybe we'll see if she decides to go for that. But the butterfly is gonna be a nice answer against the Ursa.
Actually, she didn't get the kill. She was just involved in so many kills in that situation that she came in on top in terms of gold. That's crazy. Venom was the one who got the kill.
Силы тьмы используют
Well, he got his halberd at the very least in 35 gold.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы
I mean,
атакуют.
I don't know. There's always a chance. I do very much still like the Team Spirit draft, but how are you feeling about the way this game is playing out? You think Mind Games have a shot?
No.
Okay.
I know.
All right. Fair enough.
I think that this game is still so difficult right now. Like they need Anchorad to be like the most annoying puck on the planet.
Центральную башню
And
сил тьмы атакуют.
there's some good parts of this game because there's no hex, right? Like at least that's not there. But there's still so many ways that and annoying tools they have versus him. They obviously have like the instant ancient seal. Avalanche even can cover you on certain situations to make things pretty difficult. Such a wide range. Like you try and hide away into the trees or something off a waning rift, right? And this guy just like blinks over and throws an avalanche in there.
Yeah, that part is super annoying.
It's not going to be very easy. He needs so many items and he's still just at Witchblade blink.
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Yeah, the puck farm is definitely not where it needs to be, and timing-wise, yeah, it's just been such a uphill battle for him since the laning stage, basically. But again, we do have some interesting things coming up. The butterfly, like we talked about for Dusa, one more component, 500 gold away, and we'll see if teams can give him the time to get into that. There's a chance that they get it.
That is huge. Yeah, it would be absolutely massive. It's so long before there's going to be any sort of an MKB on the URSA. As he, you know, he has core items that he needs, and he's now just finished them up because Diffusal has blinked with CKB. So he's ready to now start building into that.
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют.
There is that one other interesting side of Ursa too, though, that when he misses his attacks, he doesn't lose the overpower stacks. So he's still going to have the crazy attack speed regardless, but you know, there might be more time where you can, you know, get off the damage that you need to on the Dusa. We'll see. So Butterfly, Manta, and Dragonlance, while Ankrad trying to get in towards the Yules, and Veno, Shard on his mind. Head of Shard needing to hold out.
Here's the thing about that for a while. It is a really good strat game.
That's true.
It's excellent. Tiny, Ursa, even just like the Timber, like there's probably a good chance you hit multiple targets and see you're not the first one
Нижнюю
jumped on.
башню сил света
And then
атакуют.
that's really the key. Like that's part of why you
Нижняя
counter out
башня сил света разрушена.
Ursa. Trying to control him during the fights to the massive wards.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, Team Spirit did manage to claim tier 2 bottom and now take over that outpost. And now looking to clear out the map of all of Mind Games. Are they going to look for a fight themselves? I don't think so, but they're heading back this way to their own triangle.
This is part of the reason why I think Clockwork is one of the best fives right now. Because not many fives can actually force fights when you really need to. Like when you see a situation of just like oh, like their Aegis is down. Now's a good time for us to fight, sort of stuff. That is something Clockwork can do for you. Unfortunately, this is not one of those situations. So, players are kind of like on his own. Everyone's trying to farm. He's hoping to like flare back a couple waves. But when they see that time, you know, maybe it's like Scotty on Medusa. If they actually want to take a fight outside their base, it is really good that they have someone like Clockwork because he's not necessarily a great high ground defender. You can get some pretty good angles in terms of like hook shots and cog maybe. But that other aspect of being behind, he does cover pretty well.
Yeah, that part is definitely nice.
And flaring Roche, that's always nice.
Yeah, the vision can't be overstated enough. And I kind of am wondering, based upon the position of Team Spirit, if they're respecting that potential. Maybe. Hook shot in. Okay. Ankrad's there too. Doesn't jaunt, but they have the coil, and now trying to get away. Slayer yield gets out of there for a moment, but Omega will die. Yatoro, they jump, they find a ball. Need to pop the ulti, get the heck out of dodge. 3 are already dead. Veno did not get a spell off. Yikes.
Ankrad went full panic mode. He barely got that gem.
Jeez.
That was a bit rough. Yeah, losing the Veno as well kind of stinks. But the Aegis isn't up, and you got their gem. That's not that bad.
Okay. Fine time. And Kingsters don't have great tower push, at least until Tiny finishes the Moon Shard, which he's working on right now.
Sorry, sir. They have the flamethrower.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, please. Put some respect on Timber
башню
Shard.
сил света атакуют.
Dude, but
Верхняя
like
башня
late
сил
game Tiny
света
DD is
разрушена.
just devastating. And they just got that. That might be
Yeah, it
everybody
turns
dead.
out that he has really high bonus damage. Which
Base
is it's
damage.
labeled bonus damage, but it's called but from Grow it says bonus damage.
Oh,
So it's kind of funny, but yeah, it's base damage. So yeah, his DD is nasty.
Hook shot. Finds him. Cogs push back.
Yeah, sure. Send me back. Go over here.
All right. Coil afterwards. Petishar has
he
one
did
more
it.
charge of Spirit Vessel. Oh my god, he got out. Dude,
That was so good.
It's so ridiculous, but I think he might still die to this. Collapse gets chased down, Cogs push back, and will die. So in spite of the Yule's trick to get out of Coil, it's still not enough to get him away.
For the uninitiated, I know many of you know, but I'm sure there's someone out there who doesn't. Basically, when you're coiled by puck, if you go right to the very edge of the limit of the coil and you use your Yules, you actually spin in a small circle. And if while you're Yules, that small circle spins you outside of the coil where it would theoretically snap, it essentially snaps you while you're invulnerable. And then it's like the coil didn't matter. So it's pretty cool. But it's very tough to pull off because the window, like the little orbit of that spin is not that big.
Yeah, it's a pretty high skill little trick to try and pull together. Dude, this is a quick Roche. Oh my god, Mind Games, are they gonna get this? Dude, they have to drop a ward. Drop a ward in the pit. Let's drop one, go check it out. Let's see if it's there.
Центральную башню
The
сил
ping!
тьмы
Oh, Big Gnome,
атакуют.
Big
Bignum knows! Dude, Bignum has had 22 deaths in this series, but this man just made the biggest play. He pinged Roche to check it, and they are gonna get a free Aghanim Scepter.
He's an expert at respawning.
Силы света
That's right,
используют
exactly. He knows.
Roche comes back.
центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Oh my god, they get the tier 1 tower mid, and they're gonna get an Aegis with an Aghanim Scepter. This is huge. This might actually tilt it.
Убить силами света.
All right, listen here, Mind Games. My kids are having an ice cream party upstairs, and I want ice cream. So you better win this game if you're delaying it right now, all right? I have a vested interest. If we're going late,
Yeah.
at least win. Come on.
We'll see if they can do it. MKB is done on the URSA. And they have the Aghanim Scepter on Venom. So shorter duration. Wait, is that still what it does? It's the, yeah, it reduces the cooldown and adds some extra damage. This is an interesting one.
He's one of the last ones, you know. He's waiting.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы
That is true. I wasn't
атакуют.
even thinking about that as a consideration in terms of what was going to happen if they managed to get a Roche.
Верхняя башня
Definitely
сил
better
тьмы
than Refresher
разрушена.
for this team.
Yes.
That is interesting, though, that they chose him. I definitely agree because of the percent. The percent base damage is pretty insane considering it's a Tiny and a Timber.
They find the Aegis right at the start. Don't know if that's who they want to go on. They pop Stone Gates. Turn. Round 2 of this, they're going to need to go in for the battle. Ankrat jumps forward. Hook shot. Calls. Pushback. Timber trying to find the backline. Petishar being zoned out. Gets the ulti off. In the end, Nino still trying to stand toe-to-toe, but gets dismantled by Yatoro. And Bignum now also in trouble with the double chop comes through. Don't worry, we were only kidding. They are too strong on Team Spirit. They kill 4 and only lose the Disruptor.
Yeah, but that poison did.
True.
He was struggling. This is why you saw him having the shard and the blink queued up for so long, because he just can't get off a good ulti right now. If you can hit multiple heroes, there is a lot of potential there. But yeah, the fight just doesn't start in a great way for them. Like the positioning of Medusa just being sort of like stuck in the middle of everything, and the help not being there. It's still a very hard game for them, but they have more chances. The game's definitely not over. Like you said before, the pushing power isn't really that incredible from Team Spirit. They're not just gonna like march down and, well, you know, actually Tiny has a moon shard, so if they want to fight closer to your base, we are at that point actually.
Oh,
he's going for the
Revenant Brooch.
The late, he bought a Witchblade at 32.5 minutes.
Oh, it's the True Strike, huh? That's what he's going for with it.
That's cool.
Interesting. So the next 5 attacks after you proc Revenant's Brooch have True Strike and also deal magic damage. So,
dude, with the moon shard and being done,
yeah,
that's actually sick.
It's kind of insane. Oh man, yeah, Medusa's gonna get melted. This poor butterfly. It looked so good in the moment, and now Now it hurts.
Now just MK being approached, yeah.
Dang. Well, grouped together with the exception of Toronto Tokyo, Team Spirit are going to start heading down this top lane here. Hook shot finds the back lines. It's on to Mira. Can they kill him though? 4-step away, fine. Dino chases in Mapochka. They bring down one. Can they get any more afterwards? They kill the clock. Toronto Tokyo in the meantime takes down Petushara. It is a lot of damage, but I don't think they can get the kill onto him here. Ankrad. Oh, BKB fine. Meanwhile, Dawnbreaker ulti in, not going to be enough. He gets him out. Dino's still chased, in trouble. The URSA right on top. Dawnbreaker tries to stop with the Starbreaker. Spider legs to escape, but Chakram is still pretty good. Collapse is going to chase him into the trees. Finds him with a triple kill. Collapse has been immaculate. This game number 2. Just a fabulous performance on this Timber.
Yeah, it's actually true. And then a lot of chances to mention just how steady he's been. Like farming up like crazy in the early game. He's now on top of the board again. As Ankrad continues to try and do everything he can in this match.
They got vision.
But,
do they want to glimpse him? Nah, not going to do it. Right?
Now they will.
Ankrad, what are you doing, man? Oh, he glimpsed it back over there. All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the timing not quite there. Have to sort of just take a shot at it, knowing that puck's going to be moving away from you pretty fast. You're not going to have the range for very long for the glimpse. Oh yeah, I mean, Tiny did die, so that's good. Because of the deficit, it's actually not that bad. Despite it being a 4-for-1, it was only a 1,200 gold exchange. And they actually got 4,400 experience on puck, which is kind of crazy. So that will put him closer and closer to 25. It's still a ways away. Still going to need a few more comeback kills to get there. That's a fire-flying Timber.
Yeah, he goes a ways. The Timber chain range is no joke.
Man, Petushara needs this blink. I really feel like they just have to get some just dumb Venom ultis. It's going to be a real big key to this, right?
Yeah. He did just get 18 now, too. Which is very important. Lowered cooldown, get that extra damage, 4.5%.
And of course, the 20 and 25 talents, you can both go for some Poison Nova stuff as well. So
that's true.
The more XP, the better.
That attack
just need a 30. What was it? 30% bonus XP, level 10 talent. Just bring that back.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Maybe a reduced respawn timer.
Tokyo. Oh no, they have collapsed. I thought he was alone. There's no way to get the kill on either of those two.
No, I don't like where we're going here. My game. Where are you guys going? Regroup.
Well, Petushara dies.
He did not hide.
Yeah, they just run at him, and it's pretty easy to get a quick blow up there. Bam.
Look how much health he lost, though.
Yeah.
He's down to 2,100 HP after that. Let's go and hit the mansions, get his health back.
Yeah, he's got Satanic. He's good to go. Turn. Silence. And Ankrad, do they find him? Has Blink? No. Oh my god. Jeez, dude. Got him. Oh, jeez. Yeah, very scary stuff. Okay. Well,
next road. Is that where we're at now?
It seems like it. And not wanting to, they're respecting the potential of mind games. You know, you got to do this on your team. You got to be careful.
What is he going for next, BKB? Yeah, good choice. Just have a chance to actually use your damage in these fights. Big Nub's gonna hammer away, but he's looking about as good as the new Thor movie, from what I understand.
Deep cut right there. That hurts. But I can't say you're wrong. Toronto Tokyo. That was Aeon Disc, if I'm not mistaken. Ankrad TP's out.
Good call.
Nice
Good
play.
call. Good no John.
That was a cool play.
Yeah, he was dead. John over there.
I like the fake out though, to throw the orb, and then they think that, and then you're like TPing while the orb's still going. It's neat.
Oh, collapse mad though. He just bought sight.
Oh god, no. They're so strong.
Toronto Tokyo? He has just been on this part of the map and finding heroes for what feels like 5 minutes now.
Scotty finally Wait a minute. Toronto Tokyo trying to get out of there. And it looks like he's going to. So that's BKB down.
He chases Hadashara in this.
Hadashara trying to run. The noise and stay slow. The metal ulti. Mystic Flare. Drop down dead. They lose the Veto again.
Poor Hadashara.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought I was supposed to counter the bear. What's going on? How come he just keeps killing me over and over and over again?
It is a problem, isn't it? They just do so much damage. I think that Toronto Tokyo has a Satanic done now too. You know what they might just be waiting for DD. Like not a bad
DD.
Like if they get DD on Tiny, he can go up and like, you know, kill these buildings very rapidly.
Well, they have 3 URSAs, so
that's true. That's fair.
Might put a bit of a problem in that land.
21,000 gold lead and quick Roche there.
All right, player duration here. What is it these days? 6 seconds? Okay, he's not gonna see it. You got 1 more second. Fire it in there. Line up nicely. Shoot, here it comes.
Oh, the old
you notice that?
What's that?
Here it comes. Smoke.
Time is nigh.
Yeah. Venom still no blink. I would be selling items for blink right now.
Gotta waddle his way in.
Yeah.
Dude, he's had the Philosopher's Stone. He needs to switch back into Blastric.
You put the Tumbler toy in. Just get some movement.
Oh, the 4 Avalanche gets caught there. That one is a rough one. Gem checking for vision. Oh, dude, put the Blaster again.
Send in one illusion. They have a word. They know it's illusion.
Верхнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Telescope, getting some items. But look at Toronto Tokyo. He's going to force them back. If they don't come back home, they are going to lose buildings very quickly up in high ground. Team Spirit putting him in a positional checkmate chokehold. And yes, that is a building dropping very quickly. Y'all need to TP home. Hello? Anybody there?
Tiny.
It happens very rapidly. Double chakra. Oh, the Andis. And now Disruptor ulti down. Yule Scepter keeping him alive. But Pedichar's already dead. Has to buy back now. Shot. Finds Yatoro. Hogs. Flips back. Dino tries to buy a little time. Needs to back out and get away. The DOT still coming out though. It's not too bad. The slow with the Venom and the Scotty is very nice on the Toronto Tokyo, but the Hex is there. And Collapse looking to play cleanup. Can he bring him down? Burning the snake. They're all dropping one by one. They won't lose a single hero. Team Spirit, when they decide to fight, they're just too strong.
They look so good.
GG.
Oh, Team Spirit. You know, had a bit of a rough start to some parts of the season. Like right before the actual PVC started, they were looking like a little bit shaky. Everyone's like, oh, reigning champs, but